So I don't feel like I have anything new to offer except my jewelry. So, when I rolled it all around, I said, let's just not do it. So it's the farmer's market has been a real gift.
Yeah.
I am like, can't even believe how much money comes out of that farmer's market. But tie-dye Dan, that guy that sells the tie-dye shirts, he was telling somebody that he has made over $1,000 the last 3 weekends in a row selling tie-dye t-shirts. So people are down there spending money.
Well, Warren is right.
Yeah, I think he is.
Wow.
I just don't want to be out with that many people.
Yeah, I understand that.
Farmers market or rock shows or anything else.
I might try going to it when it's an off time where there are not going to be many people there.
I like the outside stuff better.
Where?
Farmers
market.
No,
No.
Fairgrounds. That's what we're
Fairgrounds.
talking about, the Jim and Minnell's.
On the 23rd.
Okay, guys,
Wow.
I'm recording this because Sally's going to use the recording to make minutes. So
Hopefully.
she won't include any bad words, I'm sure.
Don't be so sure.
Maybe she'll add them in.
Yeah.
This is what she meant to say.
So on finances, Etta, you back me up when I say something wrong. We're really holding our own. Thank God for the grants and donations. So, and we've got 2 other grant applications out there. So we'll see. But sales have started to pick up. Sales in September were approximately equal to September 2019. So if we continue on that path, we're going to be okay. But I hesitate to gloat or feel good because you don't know what the future's going to bring.
Too much uncertainty.
In a week,
Yeah.
So,
The COVID going up.
yeah. So anyway, that's all I have to say about finances. Etta, do you have anything you want to add?
Oh, I did.
You did.
So Erin, how can I get a glamour shot on my Zoom? I want to look really sexy like you.
Just let me know. I'll bring in my little glamour shot backdrop and
Okay.
Okay.
Ring light there, so you can take the
Lots
ring
of
light down.
photoshopping.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh my Lord.
diverge a minute and say that Sarah and I have been working on getting a big photo booth installed upstairs. All this stuff came in today, Sarah. I put it upstairs. And I know there's a small one down here or upstairs or wherever it is, but that small one doesn't work for any of my pieces. I need a bigger thing. So we ordered one of those white screen things and Sarah's going to make a holder for it. And then we ordered umbrellas and lights.
Yeah, some.
cool.
good lights.
Yeah, so Erin, you'll probably laugh at what we do, so feel free to fix it when you see it. But
Okay,
our
It's-
intention is to,
my setup is very, very simple. So
Be able to
I
tell
doubt I'll laugh.
things that we need to do and stuff like that. for
did
the
you hear
lights.
Sarah?
We might need some pointers on the angles for the lights and things like
Oh,
that.
okay.
shadows and stuff.
And our intention is to leave it set up in the office
Amen.
so
It's just
that
ready for people.
ready
Yeah.
for people to take photographs. So anyway,
We put everything on a power strip where you just hit one button, the lights and everything comes on and.
Can you come to my house and set up some things like that for me? Because I could use that kind of help.
well, there's a cute little, you have a cute.
I do. I have a cute one. I don't leave it set up because if I leave the door open and a cat comes in, then I'll have a cat laying in it or something. So, I have my own reasons.
We need an Oasis cat, don't we?
Oh, okay. What, do you have a preference what kind you'd like? I have a supply.
Always has a good one.
I have two now too, but they live outdoors.
I was only being silly.
Mine would just be so distraught. I'd never do that.
Let's see, what your email you sent.
So guys, the guitars arrived today.
Oh,
And-
cool.
Crew of Ellen, Sally, Sarah, and Bahir have got them all upstairs. And Sally, you want to say something about them?
No, they're just, they're nice. They're very nice. It's hard to tell that they're even, why they've been rejected. Because they're in pretty darn good shape. So it's interesting. But
So
it
wh-
should
while
be
we're on-
fun.
While we're on cars, do you want to talk about what we need to do?
Yeah.
And about what's going to happen with them and.
Yeah.
Go ahead and talk about that now. or-
Yeah. No.
Okay, so on the guitars, we have to make absolutely certain that no one tries to repurpose a guitar as a musical instrument. So I think I sent everyone a copy of the draft contract. Does anyone have any comments on that? Well, I sent it
When?
last week.
Be careful or you're gonna get in trouble.
Let's see if that's-
Yeah.
I'm always in trouble. What are you doing?
Okay, well, the one change that I would make on the draft that I sent out, let me just read Oasis will provide you with blank guitars, and that's, some people want more than one, which you will repurpose and exhibit in the May 2021 exhibit at Oasis. The exhibit is for the benefit of the Harrisonburg Music Teachers Association. You agree that blank % of funds received for the sale of your repurposed guitar will be donated to the Harrisonburg Music Teachers Association. Oasis will transfer the funds on your behalf and provide you with a tax document should you wish one. You agree not to repurpose the guitars to be a usable musical instrument. And then the rest is just boilerplate. So is that okay with everyone? Anything else we ought to add?
But wait a minute, what's any unsold item should be picked up by 1 June?
Yeah,
By who?
well, that's,
Who
yeah,
do they belong to?
yeah, who do they, I don't know.
I think we should keep them. If they don't sell, we should keep them and have them displayed in Oasis for future sales.
Okay,
Because at some point they'll sell. They might not all sell in May, but people will buy them. And that,
Kidding?
I mean,
What,
Yeah.
what? Okay, don't get excited. Just what do you mean?
No, what, I just think that we should have the show and then they should go back to the music teachers and they can deal with the rest of that stuff because
Well, I don't know that they have.
they don't have a place to do it.
you don't think that those things that look cheesy around here?
Oh,
Really?
Oh, I
I
see
don't
your point.
You know? I mean, it's,
Well, we could
And
sell
then
them.
some of
yeah,
them could
well, we're not gonna do-
never sell and we'd be sitting there moving these things around and it's just.
Well, we could say any unsold items will be retained at Oasis until further notice. And then when we're sick of them, give them back to the person.
Well, do they belong to the artist or they?
They
do-
don't belong to the
they
artist.
belong to the teachers, so we should probably bring
them
them
back.
in on what they want to do with the unsold.
Yeah.
Because maybe they can have a show
Yeah, that's true. They
at
might be.
a school or something.
Okay. So I'm just,
Or they could use them for decoration in their music rooms or something like that.
okay, so
Yeah.
we're,
So this is gonna be, I mean, May, so we're going into good summer season and whatever, and, let's put our, I don't know, I
No, you-
feel pretty strongly.
You've made
It's a
your,
good
you've made your
point.
point.
so, all right, so they'll be retained at Oasis for further use by the Harrisonburg Music Teachers Association. Just leave it at that.
Yeah, and they can take possession of them whenever they want.
Brenda will be looking for window ideas, so.
Yeah, right. I mean, we might do a
we might
window.
go
If they're
them to the
nice,
window.
you know,
Give them 2
and there's
months
gonna
and
be a
then
range
just
of
say,
them.
go.
Some of them will be nicely done. and
Yeah.
You might want to have them in the gallery, and others are gonna be, you know, not.
Can be, yeah.
Good.
So are you okay with that, Tracy?
I think we ought to contact the music teachers and see if, you know, who actually would be, who would own them if they don't sell, and then tell them to, you know, that we want to give them back at a certain point. And they have these auctions and they have meetings, maybe they can get rid of them.
Parents Association, PTA. or
So how
something
about
like
if we
that.
keep them for 2 months, putting them in the window for 1 month? Yeah, after the show,
Yeah,
and then give them back?
Then,
Is that all right?
yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
great.
Okay.
Barbara, I forgot, where did they come from? The
Yeah.
guitars?
They were donated from Yamaha. They were all
Oh, okay,
guitars
okay,
had something wrong with them and they couldn't sell them.
oh, okay, okay. And who will price them? I mean, is that something the person who is, the artist who is doing the guitar prices them, or who's pricing them?
Why don't we have a committee to work on that?
Well, I think that's tricky because some artists aren't going to want to give 100% of the sale to the music teachers. They're going to want something back, and so they're going to want to price it. Except that we were talking when Sarah and Sally were unpacking them. What if someone comes with, they want $500 for it? Nobody's
Right. Or somebody wants $25 for one, and that's not going to yield very much profit, then we need to up that price.
Do you think that we could get away with, we do the pricing? Or do you think we should make it the artist?
We could put the artist in conjunction with the Oasis board will price the guitars. So then we can, you know, they can put their price on it and then we can tweak it if we think it needs to be tweaked.
Yeah, because if the artist, like, for example, if I put, you know, a fair amount of metal into the guitar, I've got more involved in just doing it, not even
Right.
labor,
Yeah,
than
so
someone else
material- a lot of
that's
materials.
doing poster paint, you
Yeah,
know,
it's not just
for
paint.
collage or whatever.
Yeah.
Don't be
So Barbara, I have a question about like the material you put into the guitar, like you just said. And is that something the artist gives to that project, or
Yes.
are they getting reimbursed
No, they're not
for
getting,
the material?
no,
Well, they can't.
Yeah.
So
Some of them, if they're.
not unless it sells and they want a portion of the sales price.
Right, yeah.
But we're not going to
No,
reimburse.
But if they just do it, there is no reimbursement for the material they used to be part of that project.
Yeah, but
Is that correct?
Yes.
And is there, does all the funds go to the Teachers Association, music
Yes,
teachers?
nothing's coming to Oasis.
Okay, so, okay,
So we can't afford to reimburse people for whatever material
right.
they use.
It's all a donation.
Yeah.
Couldn't it be that there is a certain percentage that goes maybe to the Oasis, maybe like a small percentage, like, you know, for some kind of incentive, you know, to like, I don't know, 10%, whatever.
The incentive would be for who? The Oasis members?
Yeah, no, well, just, you know, I mean, I don't know if some artists, I don't know about the material, you know, like, you know, if you put a lot of it into it, you know, that's just, I mean, I don't have a problem with that, but I just thought maybe somebody would.
Well, that's why we thought that the artist should designate what percent of funds that they wanted to.
Oh, okay.
And so, you know, originally, all the Oasis people I talked with wanted to donate 100% of the profit. I mean, 100% of the sales price. But then when I talked with Pam Tittle, she said she didn't think outside artists would want to do it that way. So that's why we thought if we allowed everyone to designate their percentage, that would be better.
Well, we should have a cap on that percentage too.
Right.
Because we can't have the person coming in that thinks that they should get 80% of the sales price and the music teachers only get 20.
Yeah,
I-
no.
Yeah. So what would the cap be?
Well, what if you
Yeah.
just said, oh, I thought, you know, I mean, the logical thing would be to donate the part that was gonna go to Oasis, like the 25% or whatever.
There's nothing going to
I
Oasis.
know, but instead of that, it would be going to. the
That's not gonna-
music teacher.
That's not very much. I think they should get at least 50% of what it sells for.
Ooh, I think
I
that's,
mean, it's a fundraiser. It's a fundraiser.
yeah, but that's a lot. Oh, who should get the 50%? The
Music
teachers?
Yeah,
The teachers?
yes.
They should get at least
Mhm.
50%.
Oh,
I
yes, I think that they should get more like 75 to 80.
well,
That's what I think. 75% for the teachers.
At least the six, what do we do for the mission people? It's
60/40 is the
Yeah, but it's
usual
less than that
gallery.
because we took a little.
So if we say you agree that blank percent of funds received, at least 50%?
No.
For the music teacher.
I think it should be more since it's a fundraiser.
60.
Yeah,
yeah, just do it as 60/40. And if they want to donate more, then they can.
yeah, right.
Okay.
That way they don't get the idea that they're going to keep 80% of whatever it sells for.
So shall we change this? It's not optional that the commission is 60/40?
Well, a minimum of 60 or something like that.
Yeah.
And, yeah, and then just put, if you want to donate 100%, we would appreciate it or whatever.
Yeah, you could make check boxes, Barbara. I agree that 60/40, 80/20, or 100%, you know.
To give people that idea.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, that's a good idea.
I think so too.
Okay. And I think we probably need some more words about what the music teachers are trying to do with this.
Yeah, they need to.
It's
they-
a compelling story, you know? Okay,
Right. Or
Well, you're
Pull,
gonna,
pull out their guitar strings. And sing the whole
right.
thing.
So you're gonna write. it up,
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
What do they want to do with it?
Oh, it's really cool. I wish I had the email with me, but I can send you what they sent me. They have a goal that by 2025, they will have supplied 25 instruments to lower income houses that would not be available to afford an instrument. I think it's for kids too, but I can't remember about that. Anyway, I think it's a noble thing they're trying to do. We clearly will get a lot of press about it, you know.
But what do they get lessons on these instruments or what? I mean, how do these children learn how to play the instruments they get?
It's probably in that email, but I don't have
It's
that.
probably-
Yeah, it's gonna be
They're
the students, the music students at the schools.
Oh, they're music students. Okay.
Yes.
Yes, and the families do have to purchase the instruments. There aren't any loaners available. So
I-
if the kids want
Oh,
to be in the band,
yeah, if you're taking,
Band or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, they used to have loaners, but they don't anymore.
No, when my son, I rented an instrument he was taking.
I don't think they do
So
that.
I don't know. They don't have that available anymore.
let
right?
me read here. So our aim, and this is the music teachers talking, Music in Every Home seeks to provide 25 families with 25 musical instrument, guitar or piano from Yamaha in our area by 2025. It also includes a 6-month instruction for these students once it is safe to do so. So that's pretty noble.
Oh.
So anything else on the guitar? So my thought is that we should, we'll put out an email to the Oasis members, giving them 1 week to decide if they want a guitar. And then we'll put it out to the rest of the artist base in the valley.
And they can come in and pick their guitar because they're different sizes, styles, and some of them have broken pieces and some of them don't. Some of them have strings, some of them don't.
Oh. Sorry, Erin's just coming back and I didn't see that she was in the waiting room. Sorry, Erin, I didn't see that you were in the waiting room. I hope you didn't wait long.
No, it was not too bad.
Okay. Just a quick thing on the membership. Everybody knows Stu has left, right?
Yep.
So we're hoping to recruit more members. There was a guy in here. I didn't talk to him. Who talked to him?
Ellen,
I did. Jackson Taylor.
And he does.
He does something with stainless steel. He's a welder. And I didn't know, it's not
sounded li-
sculpture. It sounded like he said flat plates, but then I asked him if it would hang on these things and he goes, well, I'm not sure, they're really heavy. And I'm going, oh, wow, okay. So anyway, he's gonna fill it out and come back. He lives in Stanton, and Natalie, I gave him your card. I don't know why, because you live in Stanton, I guess.
Natalie doesn't.
No.
I don't.
I do.
Oh,
I live in Stanton.
Oh.
Erin lives in Stanton.
oh my God. I thought you were in Timberville or something.
That's Joanna.
That's-
Oh,
Alan, you got your map wrong.
Near Stanton also.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Liz does too. Here's Steve.
well.
You goose.
Sorry.
It doesn't matter.
So the 2021 show schedule.
Okay, let me get mine. I know that I had it. I was not able to retrieve any emails. It's just to double check this, but
And by the way, I've been saying May for guitar, but that's completely movable. And you should know that the Teachers Association asked Duke Hall if they could show there and got sort of a creepy response. And now they've asked VMRC. And the reason they're asking the other venues is because they want to wheel in, they want to play music on a Steinway on the opening night.
Oh, how nice.
Yeah.
I love my music on a Steinway too.
But
That
yeah.
means they have them for sale. You can have one.
But I don't, VMRC is tough to deal with, and they haven't the person in charge of shows hasn't responded yet. So we may have to think of a different.
They'll be even open to the public.
Well, yeah, you're right. I mean, I don't know if you guys follow the 6x6x6 by 30 show, but Spitzer, the old Spitzer has just canceled that for 2021. And that's always in February, isn't it? March? Yeah, okay. So they're already thinking that they're not going to have shows in March.
Because they don't think they'll be able to get into
Right.
VMRC.
Right.
So someone from the Shenandoah Watercolor Society, who was that? Because I can't retrieve my email.
I think that was Janet Lee Wright.
Janet Lee Wright. Well, I think she asked for May.
She did, so I just see that. So
But maybe we could put her in April.
do we have anyone for June?
I don't think so, but Okay, so here's what we had before, and Kathy and Lodima would like to do a show. First choice is September, but they would like another, they will be willing to take another month, maybe August. Barbara and I had put in for September, one of the options. Another thing was if we do August for Lodima and Kathy. That's all I know that has,
Brenda wanted July.
Brenda wanted July,
Mhm.
okay. And Etta wanted October for a show by herself. Now, usually we reserve that for all
For-
the members, October, November, and December.
We just.
They're usually all member shows.
Yeah.
I
But
can do it other time. I mean, I don't want to do it in the summer because it's fall, so it doesn't make sense to me, and I need more time. But I can do it in 21 too. I mean, 22.
well, would you be interested in April or March?
Quick. It's too quick since I want to do it by myself. I have to make a lot of stuff, so
Okay, okay.
I
Over.
You know, we can,
can do it in the spring of 22, Ellen. That would be fine for me.
let's see if we can be a little flexible here. Do you want to, she wants September, do you want to move us to October or?
Well, I mean, if we're not
What's the
doing all
difference
members.
between-
Yeah, give
what's the
her
difference
October.
Just give her
Yeah,
October.
give her
Okay.
October.
Okay,
You got October.
okay,
I
Eddie,
do? Woohoo! I better make plans.
Better
Yeah,
work.
you
By the
better-
way,
November,
by the
December
way,
is
when I walked in today, Ellen showed me those beautiful books that you're making. Those absolutely gorgeous books, and two of them were sold today.
you only have one left, Etta.
Well, I have 2 more here. I didn't want to put them all there, so I have 2 more I made.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I bring them in next week sometime. What is this, Monday? During the week I come in and I think I made another necklace and stuff. So, and I'm working on another workshop and I'm doing some stuff. So I'm a little busy right now, but
And I
happy.
purses too,
Purses?
purses.
Oh, yeah. You're killing me. I'm getting too rich, Ellen.
You need to put your prices up is what you need to do.
No,
Do
You
we?
know how much those books are? I can't make them any higher. They're $55, Barbara.
Wow.
They sold,
Yeah.
so you might be able to
I mean,
write.
they're a lot of work, but they're fun to make. They're eco-printed.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
beautiful, just beautiful.
There's this watercolor paper and I eco-print them and then I make a case for them out of felt and it's also eco-printed.
It's
And I
beautiful.
bind them, it's hand-stitched. So it takes a little bit of work, but it's fun.
So you're absolutely certain, right?
I don't know.
Oh, May is watercolor. Okay. So at the moment, January, February, March, April are open. May is watercolor. June is open. So can I put the guitars for June?
Sure.
And then July is Brenda, August, Ladima, Kathy, September, Ellen and me, October, Etta, and November and December are group shows. Does anybody want to change any of that? Do anything in January, February, or March? Any suggestions what we could do those months?
January, we usually leave the December.
Oh, that's
off
right. Okay.
With taking the obvious Christmas stuff out.
Right.
Yeah, so January, we kind of have,
We need
Yeah,
a break.
We need a break.
yeah.
And then we can, see if we can get some interesting people that might be members in these
Well,
What-
you can do like a Valentine
Oh,
theme
you
show
know,
for
it was
February
the
or something.
Eastern Mennonite High School wanted to do something, right?
They did it last, oh, EMS, yeah, they did.
No, last year was Harrisonburg High School,
Yeah.
No, it
It
was
was
Broadway.
Broadway.
Broadway, yeah. So seems
we're
like
gonna
it would be
find out
some other
if
high
they wanna do
school
something in
turn.
February or April,
Yeah,
right?
because when they're still in school. they
Right,
wanted to-
right.
Yeah. I
So
think it
Eastern
was-
Mennonite High School,
High school.
okay.
Get them first refusal.
Oh, I can't remember
Who
the
is
girl's
that?
name, that's the teacher.
I looked through my entire, September emails and I still couldn't.
But
Fine.
Barbara Coucher would know,
Oh,
who,
sure.
right?
Yeah,
So we
right,
can
she's the
ask her.
former teacher,
Okay, but let's try to get March and April. Let's get some invitational. Maybe we could ask the old Spitzer people to do a show. Get some people in here that might be members.
That's a great idea.
So
Yeah.
Old Spitzer.
can you get there? You were on the board, right?
They won't give out their email.
Well, they won't give them out. but
Is
we
there
might be able to
anybody
get 'em
in
to
the
send us some.
community that any of you guys would like to suggest they have an invitational show in April?
Or any,
Or we could do a group Oasis one with a theme.
Or how about, who's that little shop down the road that's going out of business? The art store,
Larkin?
Larkin.
they had said something about wanting to.
Yeah.
Well, we can ask. I don't think they'll say yes, but we can ask.
Okay.
So think of a backup.
April is always a good spring theme for us.
Do you want to have a group show that in April?
Yeah, I think we'll be
Okay.
recovered by then. So
Okay.
let's just do a spring show.
Okay.
Spring fling.
Members.
Spring fling.
All right. I think that's the whole thing. We have to,
Or
for
spring
February, we
fling.
have to do, contact EMS. In March, we have to contact Spitzer. And I'm going to recommend that we not print the show schedule on the bookmarks. I don't think that
They
is
don't
useful
seem to be
anymore.
used that much.
Yeah. Is that okay with everyone?
Yeah.
And that way it's not written in stone if things
If we have to
or
change
people
things,
drop
right.
out or something.
Right.
Okay, well, we'll publish this. I'll type this up. for
Okay,
you.
so do you
Everything's uncertain right now.
put in,
They might, since they not gonna have the, so
okay,
might be a good.
so you'll
Yeah,
do that?
I'll talk to Ashley and,
Okay.
yeah.
They could do the 6 by 6:30 here too.
We
you know.
wouldn't have enough room.
Not enough room, okay.
Yeah.
Mm. Okay,
But if we did an invitational 6x6 and figure out how many people we could invite,
you're gonna curate that? That sounds like a lot of work to me.
Maybe you should just let Spitzer decide what they
Yeah.
want to do
Yeah.
instead of
Yeah.
us dictating to what they should
oh,
do.
No,
okay.
what month is that?
Yeah,
I'm
that's good.
asking,
February or, well, it's February or March
okay,
or April. No,
Not
April is
April. No,
spring
it's-
ours, so,
yeah,
okay, it's February or March.
okay.
Okay,
I'll
so
send Ashley an
I'll fill these.
email and follow it up with a phone call. and see what-
Okay, scheduling. Natalie, you want to talk about that?
Okay, so Barbara and I had talked about adding staff for the Saturdays in November and December, just because we'll have Santa's Attic going on and hopefully it will be busier. So the plan is to have 2 docents the day after Thanksgiving, which is the 27th, and then 3 docents on that Saturday, because we will have Small Business Saturday and also Santa's Attic. And is that the cookie tour day, Barbara?
Cookie tour is December 5th.
Okay, so then the 3 Saturdays prior to Christmas in December, we have 2 docents each day. So December is going to balance out. I'm only going, if you know, I put it in for 2 docents on those Saturdays. We're going to have enough slots so that everyone gets their hours, and except for one person. And if Sarah doesn't mind being the floater in case of illness or bad weather where someone can't get in, but maybe you can, I think that'll work out well for us.
Can you put 3 on December 5th? Because the cookie store has to have a dedicated person.
Okay, well, so then that's going to take up everybody's hours. That'll be 36 open slots, and that's how many we have with our full-time and part-time members. So that'll work. I also have Eve coming in as a volunteer. She's not actually on the schedule, but she is coming in on the 28th. Since that's the day Santa's Attic gets started, she felt like she needed to be there to help with that. And she owed some time, so she will be there that day. So that day should be well staffed. Now, are there any other days that maybe we should look at? Or, you know, like are Mondays particularly busy, or should we just say
Mondays are.
whatever coverage we have is it? Because, you know, it's hard to have extra people there and then not be busy enough. You know, nobody wants to sit around trying to make small talk for 6 hours.
I
It was
know,
busy
but
enough
then,
for 2
you know, last
I used to work
Saturday, if
Mondays
Sarah
all the
hadn't
time.
been here, it would have been pretty grim for me.
Uh-huh.
So that was a lucky thing.
Just packing up
Yeah.
the pottery was the big
It
thing.
took a long time, yeah.
Well, how are Fridays? Because my general feelings are that I still feel like Fridays are a busy time for later hours. But I don't know.
You mean after 6? I don't think that the data shows that yet.
No, and we're not going to be open late. We already decided that because we're not getting the traffic
Okay,
in the evenings.
On Saturday, I stayed till almost 7, but really and truly what that was people waiting for their tables.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, that's not a bad thing because they come in and they look around and so anyway. Okay, anything else on scheduling, Natalie?
I think we're okay with that if everybody feels all right with it.
So that means we'll close at 6 every night, right?
Yeah, much to my dismay.
Yeah.
I mean, I just feel like I like being there late and I like that we're open late, but a big thing that's hurting us, people come in and I say, oh, welcome, thank you for coming. And they say, you're the only thing open.
Yeah.
So that's, you know, nobody's coming downtown because one store is open. People would be
Right.
downtown if all the stores were open.
Yep.
But
So,
that's the way it's gonna be until this is over.
what does that mean? That you think that 5 o'clock is late enough? Is that what you're saying?
I'm okay with 6. I think we're used to 6. We can do that.
Except for,
Don't even say that. No.
Personally.
Yeah, I
Except for
don't,
Mike.
I mean,
yeah, except for Mike, yeah.
I mean, if,
Oh, good old Mike. Didn't know we opened at 11 and closed it.
I mean, if there are people in the store, I never kick them out.
No,
unless I
of course.
Right.
have to be someplace.
Well, we were 12 to 5 on Sundays forever, you know.
Okay, Erin, you.
Yep.
I talked a little bit about what we talked about at Santa's Attic, the scheduling for it.
As far as maybe some reservations, and we're thinking about, because of the space being so limited upstairs, especially once we put the tables of merchandise, allowing 2 to 4 people max at a time, and doing some reservation time slots in half-hour increments, especially on the Small Business Saturday. We were going to have an elf where we could take some
Come on,
pictures.
say it.
The Elfie instead of a selfie, where you could take your own picture with your phone with the elf going into Santa's attic. So I know Barb's gonna see if she can figure out how to get the reservations tied in with the Facebook event. So that's that's kind of where we're at with that at the moment.
Yeah, so the idea is we really need to protect everyone. So we're gonna try to schedule people coming to Santa's Attic. We'll see how it works, at least for that
Well, and
Saturday.
if people are in the store, you might want to have tickets, like a queue number, and they can route around the store. And then when two people come down, you can call the next two numbers. That way they don't feel like they have to stand there waiting in line, and they can be looking at other things too.
Well, I think that's why we were thinking of the reservation system. So that
There might be plenty of walk-ins that would like to go up there. That's
You're
what I was thinking for
right,
the
and
numbers.
so we'll have to do it that way, you know, slot them in in the unreserved spots.
Or if the reservation.
Why don't we do it like, Natalie had a good idea, I think, but we could make a list like, you know, in a restaurant when you have to, you one after
Reservation
another,
list.
and then you
Reservation list.
reservations, but they don't have to have a number or anything, but just,
Take
Well,
their
you know,
name.
you have a list and then you tell the person's name and say, you can go up now. I
The
don't know.
problem with that, Etta, is that we cannot have more than 50 people in the gallery at one time. So you know, we don't want, well, we do want people to shop here. We don't want them hanging around.
Well, if it gets too many.
Right, so that's why
Oh,
we're
okay.
You
thinking
can
of
take
that.
people's phone number and call them just like they do when they're
But
coming.
you have to have one of those things you get in a restaurant when it vibrates in your hand.
Yeah.
And then it comes, and then they can come back.
We can get
I'm
the-
sorry.
Or buzz them on their phone.
Yep.
Let's see if we get any reservations. If we don't get any reservations, then we'll punt and go back to the number, you know, you are such and such number, your wait is 5 hours. Let's see, the other thing that we're wondering is who is going to put stuff in Santa's attic. So I know Kathy Roletter, Eve, Barbara Paul, me, Aaron, and I guess I'll ask the rest of you. Natalie, you're going to put, Jilly,
I may have a few things, yeah.
Etta,
Well, if I can get, I want to make some, you know, straw stars.
oh yeah, I love those.
And I know I love those too. And if I get them so they're nice looking, I will. But if I can get the straw stars going, I won't have anything.
Okay. Ellen,
So maybe, it's a maybe.
gotcha on the maybe. Yes.
Okay.
Maybe?
You can say no.
Yeah,
It's
you
okay
can
to say
say no. Sally?
I have done it every year. I guess that's good for you.
Yeah, I'll do at least buttons and stuff.
Okay. So right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 definites, 2 maybes, and I haven't asked Elise yet.
Is that Anna Stevens?
Oh, yeah, we need to, and Aspa here.
He did it last.
And how about Eve?
Eve is a yes.
Okay.
I'm a maybe.
Yeah, I got you. So
Ann
that's
did
3 maybes.
it- Ann did it last year.
Anne did it, yeah. Okay. So I think we have
I
enough.
think she's counting on it because she
Yeah.
said that she. was-
Yeah, I think she's working on some new stuff for it, I think.
Okay, good. I'm glad you guys, anybody else we ought to reach out to?
Brenda?
Got it,
Oh,
thank
yeah,
you.
Brenda, definitely.
Well, I guess she should talk about. that,
No,
'cause
Elise
she's
did
the
it last
question.
time. She had some kind of, didn't Elise have some kind of?
Yeah, I've got her to call. She did wooden ornaments the last 2 years, but you know, she's babysitting this year, so I don't know if she's gonna have time.
Yeah.
If you think of anyone else, because we ought to reach out to everyone, Nobody answers email. That's why I want to contact people directly.
I'm
gonna write an email to everybody to make sure they answer
No,
their
no,
emails.
I know couple people like Janet Color and stuff. in the
Oh, right, the
Watercolor
Watercolor
did-
Society,
did
yeah.
last year.
Okay. Okay.
Jackson is what they're doing.
So Sally just reminded me, we need to talk about Christmas decorating your own little area. And what do you want to say about it?
Oh, no, I was talking about the fact that you guys decided on your committee, the
The marketing committee?
marketing committee, that you wanted a Christmas tree that was decorated with members' Christmas things that they make for
Yes.
decoration,
Right.
Christmas
Hallelujah.
For
decoration.
handmade ornaments.
For handmade ornaments.
The only
Right,
trouble is if they're in the window with the,
right.
you need to make enough extras that you can have samples out on our.
Yes, and that's what I was
Christmas.
getting at when
Okay.
I wrote that other little note, that
But
Not
don't we
to-
have the Christmas tree like in the, where we have those little tables now?
I don't know. whether-
No, it's gonna go in the round window.
they're putting the tree in the window, which was where we put the tree last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we put, but.
Wait a minute, what is this now? Things that we make for Christmas ornaments?
Were you not listening? You were
Yeah.
on your phone, weren't you? I saw you on your phone.
That was not my phone ringing though.
No, that was my phone.
I
The,
don't make Christmas ornaments.
well,
Well,
don't
you
make
don't
any,
have
you
to.
don't have to.
Okay.
No,
Only for
it's
people
only
that
those
do.
people that do, like last year when I put the tree in the window, or we put the tree in the window. We didn't decorate it with ornaments of the members. And some of the members really did want to decorate the tree with ornaments like we've done in
that
the
they
past.
made.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and so what's also, what I brought up and what Sarah brought up is that to make enough of the ornaments so that nobody has to get in the window to get the ornaments out of the window. Just to have a lot of duplicates, so to speak.
Can we have a tree?
No.
Inside the gallery.
Okay.
Well, some of the people like Brenda has a little tiny, small tree that she uses for her ornaments. So there might be some small trees that are incorporated with people's personal decorations on their.
And display area,
In their
yeah.
display area.
You
But
can-
remember, we're trying to get people to have a simple display and
Right.
not, and not.
So-
go
But you've
crazy
been here,
with the-
you've been here the last 2 years at Christmas. Right?
Yeah.
Was it not okay?
I think Ellen is, we want to make sure that we don't have stray bits of fabric and that kind of stuff on
Yes.
people's display.
Yes, but last year, there's like
little-
5 little Christmas trees downstairs, and Barbara Paul brought one up to put with her display and put some of her things on it. Brenda had one, and it's so,
Yeah, that's, I think that's,
Yeah, I had one that I put postcards on or note cards on.
yeah,
But if you get these fake trees, you need to vacuum them off and fluff them up and don't make them look like they're not been wadded in the drawer, for 100 years.
Yes, it should look like a nice part of your display.
3-step.
yeah, do. I
I'm
think,
gonna keep my mouth shut.
no, I'm teasing.
so really, I think that just the displays need to be in good taste, and please no extra pieces of fabric. Remember, we want to keep all the displays clean looking.
We did last year also, though, we did put some extra bulbs around just to give it
Yeah,
some
right.
color.
We've got some star or snowflakes and things like that that we can
put around.
put around.
Okay, but can we put things in our displays?
Not cloth.
No, but
Oh, no. Yeah, no, you
In
can,
the past, I put ornaments and things in among my stuff.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah, like I got some little mirror balls I usually put in my display, so, that's.
We don't want
I-
to be the Gestapo on this, but we do want to keep it sort of clean looking in here.
Yeah.
I'm using some felted pieces under my stuff. Is that okay?
Made that, and that's okay. That's the distinction. That makes sense to you?
Oh, that's fine with me.
Yeah.
What else you guys want to talk about?
Well, I'll let everybody know, Shopify had sent me an email saying that we needed to take action by the end of the month. And it had something to do with the way we collected our funds. And I searched and Barbara searched and we couldn't figure out what it was about. So I contacted them and I immediately got a response. And they have been sending me an email about every 36 hours. I get an email with an update. And so the person that was working with me couldn't find anything and she forwarded it to their financial services department. And I got an email just before this meeting that said that they have looked at our account and there was nothing that needed to be changed. We were up to date and correct on everything. And so our ticket has been closed and they were sorry to bother us. It's all great. I just want you to know that I was really pleased with the service level because you just don't get it. And, I've never seen these people. I don't talk to them. I don't know them, but yet their service was just top notch. So I'm really pleased with that.
That's great. Now, you should mention that Natalie, we got a grant and half of the grant paid for Natalie to do an online training course. And then, was it last week, Natalie? She had a small group of us that she was passing on some very simple tips. So I implemented them and the next day there was an order for $250 for me.
Wow.
So, I mean, they're very simple tips that you do on Facebook and at least it worked once. I'm going to try it again.
yeah, Natalie, I'm interested in doing that. It's just that I haven't gotten back to you and I have to do it face to face.
I am too.
Kathy is interested also. So maybe Sally and Kathy and I can get together. And if somebody else is interested.
Ellen is interested. So, Ellen.
Okay.
So it only took an hour and Sarah set up her page in that hour, right? So,
Cool.
Well, and I haven't been watching this guy's classes lately because I've been so into this scheduling bit, but I will watch some more and get some more tips and then pass them on too.
wonderful.
All right.
That's great. So that, I was skeptical about the guy, but I'm not anymore.
No, and he does every week. He has a call and they're all recorded. So if you don't watch it when it's on, you can watch it later. So really, I think it was a good investment. I'm glad it didn't come directly out of our pocket, but I think that we're benefiting from it.
Great. Great.
Who's gonna call Eastern Mennonite?
I'm going to send an email to Barbara Goucher
Okay.
to see if she knows who the contact is.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Anything else, folks? Everybody doing okay? Etta,
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
we miss you here.
Oh, I miss it too, but I'm not quite ready, guys.
Okay. Well, your work, all your workshops are really paying off. Your work is glorious.
Yes.
All your new things. Wow. So at least you're using your time wisely.
My time is very relaxed. I mean, it's almost like we have a new, like you develop a little schedule of your own in your life. And so we have a new schedule. It's quite boring, but it's productive. Keith and I meet for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Otherwise, we're in our own studios.
Tell him that we love his boats.
I'm sorry?
You have his little model ships.
Oh, well, he made those a while ago, but yeah, I mean, he makes all this delicate stuff. I mean, it's just, I mean,
Yeah,
I
this-
don't know how he even does it with his hands. Those, you know, those small intricate things in those. He made some bridges with, you know, with and I mean, just little lambs, and I mean, just beautiful. Yeah, but thank you. I will tell him.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of nice comments about him.
Yeah.
I got a
No.
jury question. How do we feel about knitted scarves and stuff like that? Just,
You're the jury chair.
oh geez. I want to get a consensus.
Well, Joanna and Brenda both do that stuff. So is that who you're getting the consensus on?
Well,
Well-
Joanne, Brenda was never juried in for those knitted scarves she did, was she?
No.
But she sure does bring them in.
Yeah,
We usually just during Christmas, I think.
well, they lasted a long time and they're in here.
No,
That's just display stuff. That's just display.
Oh,
Well, then that's sort of the same idea as the fabric. and-
Yeah, I know. I mean, then you have the big shirt over there, which if I could think of a different way to display that, but I don't know.
Well, then it
What
would be
is
the
it?
same thing.
Oh,
as
you
over
mean
here.
for the
No.
that Kathy has?
Yeah. Um,
what is it?
It's just, it just.
So what
a
we're
shirt.
finding, I guess, is that we're finding that some people, remember how we decided that we didn't want to do a lot of fabrics on displays and that kind of thing? You know, and we were trying to and keep it all clean and white and some black and keep it, and we're finding that people are starting to bring in scarves and things and putting under their display, and we're trying to avoid that kind of thing. But we can't, because she's got her scarf around a mannequin with a shirt on that's
Yeah,
not.
but
I
the
don't
shirt she
like
Maybe you
made.
just don't like the shirt. No, the
She
shirt.
dyed
No,
it.
no, but I mean.
No, it's not for sale. Why,
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
that's true.
it's
So
not
we're
for
trying,
sale.
that's what we're trying to figure out, how to get around that kind of stuff. Mostly I'm worried more about the fabric that's under people's displays.
Yeah,
Like we
'cause it-
used to do a long time ago, and we used to do the window in 1,000 different fabrics and that kind of stuff. And we're trying to stay away from that.
If, first of all, it's old fashioned, second of all, it distracts your eye. And we learned that when we had the consultant was it 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's the basis of how we ought to look at these things. Does it distract your eye from what you're trying to sell? You know?
So what is your question? The jury person, you're asking for people to not bring in knitted things that haven't been juried in, first of all.
I don't want to insult Brenda. She's a, longtime member, but honestly, and they're hand knitted, but I don't want to step on any toes, but I don't think it's appropriate to have a big shirt there for a headband
I don't, well, it's a neck warmer.
or a neck warmer, whatever.
But I think rather than saying, no, you can't do it, we need to give her a solution, you know? If she wants to display those neck warmers, so is there a better way to display it?
Well, what about one of those Hildegards
That you have.
Yeah, I know what those are.
So do you have any ideas? Do you have any thoughts on it? Of what we've just been.
Those mannequins where the ones. I'm sorry. Oh, the mannequins where I put the hats on, you can put also a neck warmer around their neck, so that would
Yeah,
look nice.
it would.
Yeah,
So-
something smaller. She doesn't need the whole lift part for just the neck.
Yeah.
Right.
Right, but they come without the head too, I think. I don't know. I mean, mannequins come in all kinds of ways and displays. I don't know. Or just, you know, like you have downstairs a basket mannequin. I don't know if that would work. I used that once for a scarf because I make scarves, but not all year. So I make them for when it gets cooler. But I always have. So that was part of my, you know, and they felt it. So yes, is that okay?
So,
Yeah.
yeah, that would, okay, I think that's a good deal for Kathy, but what about Brenda? With those
Has
scarves?
she brought the scarves in yet?
No, no.
I don't think she should bring them in. If she wants to bring them in, they should be juried, and then you can say, no, we don't want them here. So somebody just needs to tell her, hey, if you want to add that to your display, it needs to be juried.
Okay, Sarah is
Thank you,
being a
Sarah.
good guy, and she's gonna pass the word.
But she can put them in Santa's attic.
That's right. They can go in Santa's attic.
Yep.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Yeah.
Great idea.
Yeah, thank
Or
you.
if she does the farmer's market, she can sell them
Right,
there.
right.
Yeah.
But then I guess we do have to address that.
But that's
we
not
can
for
do that.
sale. Those are just, yeah, but that's, I don't know, that's part of
her display and I don't think it's, I mean, it shows,
how to use
yeah.
the, but
Well,
I
we
mean,
can talk about that
I put
later.
one of
Yeah.
them,
Let's just
a
talk about
little
it later.
bit knitted piece in one point, just to show the in and out, but that doesn't bother me.
Does anybody have anything else? I'm sorry. This is one thing that came up in the marketing meeting today. Having a members meeting, November 11th. Hold on a second. Oh,
It's not my food, Jelly.
no, it's mine. Having a members meeting, November 11th at 6:30. And the goal would be greater ideas for bigger sales. Do I remember that right, Erin?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And the thing is to role play and tell stories of good sales techniques. So not to insult anybody, but you know, people need to be reminded or given the words of how to sell well. Barb Paul told this great story, and I can't possibly remember all the ins and outs of it, of how she helped a man who came in here looking for something for his 5th anniversary wedding present, which is wood, and he wasn't finding any joy in the wood things that we have, and she directed him to Trees of Life. She eventually sold something of Natalie's. What was it?
Yeah, it's like a petrified wood
Right.
earrings, maybe.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, I think that's a great story to help people know what to do. Not everybody is as fast on their feet as Barb was. So there is a story of Ellen, you remember she spent hours with this guy showing him all the things in the gallery and explaining techniques. And he bought a bunch that day and came back 2 days later to buy more. So we've got a bunch of stories like that. I'd like to add that, you know, if you're afraid of getting up on the ladder to get something down, you could always make the sale and then offer to deliver the item later that day, and then call Sarah or me or someone who will get up on a ladder. But
The foolish ones.
the foolish ones, right?
I'll get a pump
On
ride.
Sally, the 3 of us can be,
I like ladder.
okay, call Sally. Rather than communicating fear or letting the customer think twice about buying something. So, or if a customer, we had this incident the other day where a customer wanted to buy something and was allowed to get away because the docent didn't offer to wrap it while they were doing something else. So I'll figure out a nicer way to say that later.
Yes, I get it. Complete the sale. If they're interested,
Complete the sale,
we'll
yeah.
figure out the details later and we'll make.
customer service. And we don't want to insult anybody, but the holidays are coming up and we felt that this would be an important thing to do before then to just sharpen everyone's skills. So the question before the board, is that okay?
I think it sounds like a good idea.
Sure. November 11th at what time?
6:30 in the evening. And then we'll record it and people who don't come to the meeting will be able to watch it and tell us that they've watched it.
But it would be
Dessert. You want some ice cream?
series, I think. we
Oh,
need to
yeah.
Have
A schedule
Yeah,
of,
schedule.
yeah. Ellen makes a point that we need to have a schedule of these and I agree. So,
with priority.
Yeah, like a training, make it like a training session.
right,
Exactly.
right. So, the thought would, I guess in the minutes, we'll say that we're going to do this and ask for any good tips for if people want to share good tips or stories. But we have now, I think, at least 4 or 5 out of on tap. So Natalie, think of something because you're so good at selling.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks. Put the pressure on.
Good sales technique.
That's
When
right.
you sell jewelry, always ask if they want a box for it.
Yeah. Well, always ask if they want to get something out of the case.
Right, we'll start there. Okay, guys,
Okay.
anything else? All righty, well, thank you. Sally's gonna do the minutes.
Sally's gonna try to do the minutes if what we did worked, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
still recording.
All right, so I guess saying goodbye.
Thanks,
Bye.
everybody. Appreciate your,
Bye.
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 Bye.